Well, welcome to Loquacious Libations with guests. We have a bunch of people in here tonight, guys.
And we're celebrating.
Yes, we are. It's Oktoberfest. Pat on the stage here with you, along with Butt and Bill. We'll get to the full introduction in just a second. Let me reset that just a little bit. Oops, I went too far. Yeah. Opposite.
I tell you, he wants me out.
Well, that's every week.
And Scott,
We always say it's Laurel and Hardy. Did I turn mine on?
I don't know. I'm going to just kind of have this one down here.
Well, I'm blinking.
You don't want
You got to put the...
Yes, you got to put the dongle
Yeah,
in.
come on, Stan.
Where's the damn dongle?
This
Yes, that's what it's called, people.
This is how we do it. Every week we fuck something up.
This is how we do it.
This is the comedy portion of the show, guys.
Quit playing with my dongle.
Dongler.
Okay, we got a solid blue there. We're good. All right,
There we
let's
go.
try that again. Welcome to Oktoberfest on Loquacious Libations.
Yeah, we're doing something out of the ordinary.
Yes, we are.
Beer.
So tonight we have Yeungling Oktoberfest. It's a classic.
Yes, Yeungling is America's oldest operating brewery. A lot of people don't know that.
Yep.
Oldest continually operating brewery.
We're out.
Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. Say that 5 times fast.
And he hadn't even really gotten into his beer over there yet. And that's usually how things
Probably the
start
same
around
company
here,
that
too.
made Rolling Rock back in
Yeah.
the day.
I got a
Or
real
Stroh's.
relationship.
Or Iron City.
All right. Well,
Mine could have been.
Pennsylvania beers.
Yeah, all these Pennsylvania beers.
There you go. While
So-
I'm getting our monitor set up, I am going to go ahead and introduce our guys over here. To my right, let's turn my sound down there. To my right is Bill Mason. This is the leader of the band that I just joined, Long Strange Day. Wearing our logo here, too. And, of course, you know the stage. And this is Buck Byard, our very first guest on the very first Whiskey Wednesday that we did.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Buck's back. So, hello, Sherry. I see you out there.
Now you know what I
I
contemplated.
You're late.
Did we do it?
Prost.
Beth's there, too. Hello, Beth.
Hi, Beth.
Michael?
Beth is Bill's wife.
Hi, honey.
Here's y'all.
Prost.
Love
Cheers to everybody. Okay.
Well, that's not bad.
You know, that's the first time I've ever had.
Not bad at all.
It's an Oktoberfest style beer. I contemplated bringing, because when I went to Munich the last time, the big giant mugs that they have, those glass mugs, which is literally 6 beers. I lugged, I think 6 or 8 of them back to the States when I went.
Well, you should have, but they would have been about that full because we only got a 12-pack.
Well, 2 each.
Hey, what's the alcohol content in them things?
No, 3 each.
Believe it or not.
I don't know. This is just a beer, man.
Water.
Oh, I thought you'd give me some facts about it or something.
What do I look like? The Shell Answer Man?
The sage.
Actually, you do. You always got an opinion or something to say about everything. I can't
That's
believe
fine
it.
because
goes to hell.
You didn't Google this shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to say that.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can say
we're on
pretty much
Facebook.
anything.
We
We
can
only
say
have a
whatever
couple of
We
things that we
can
don't
we can
discuss.
swear and
I just can't grab Scotty by the nuts, right?
Right, exactly. As usual,
Sorry,
we
Buck,
only have
I
a
don't
couple
swing
things
that way.
we can't discuss and
Well,
we'll-
if I did, I'd be falling down and you'd be over there and I'd be on top of it. It would be
Right?
bad.
Right.
Especially if that thing went down like that.
However, we do usually
We'll
do a
just
craziness
leave that
roundup. Do you want to try to do that?
the craziness this week. Well, let's see.
Well, here, we've all survived a hurricane since the last
Yeah,
time
I
we
was
did
going
it.
to say we've had the hurricane.
What the hell?
World War III.
We started the Iranians sending 500 ballistic missiles into Israel.
Right?
Now, here's what's crazy about that. I want you to think about this for a minute. The response to the hurricane, I mean, we have people in this country that are without power, without lights, without water, without food, especially in the Carolinas and in Tennessee and North Georgia.
Towns that have been pretty much
Wiped off
Just
the face of the map.
Chimney Rock.
yeah.
But we're sending millions and millions of military aid now to Israel in response to this ballistic attack.
Well, you gotta,
It's like, where the
didn't
fuck
even
is
do
this
Ukraine's one that don't
administration?
even defend it.
Yeah,
That
but
doesn't even count
don't,
Ukraine.
I was going to say,
But
don't even forget about
But
Ukraine.
before we get going around too much about that,
Oh.
that's kind of where we draw the line.
Yeah,
is we make
I
our
mean,
little
it's
statements
just
and move on.
craziness.
Can I say just one thing?
Absolutely.
I heard that Iran said that they were just sending them a gift. So
200 at a time.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then, to wrap it up, my favorite thing, I don't know if anybody watched the vice presidential debate.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to.
We did.
Yeah, I was.
I had
Well-
to go out into the judgment.
Worst thing you can never talk about at a gathering is politics.
I completely agree. That's
Which
why.
is why we
That's
Everybody's
why
got a
we
different brand.
we just do a
Every-
craziness roundup and then we
Everybody-
say
I
fuck
agree.
that
I
shit.
agree.
Right.
Everybody's got a different point of view. Maybe on the same page, but
I would
That
rather
doesn't
talk
make
about
sense.
fly fish in the Yellowstone River.
Oh.
With that in mind, like we say, the craziness, leave that shit out there.
Come in
here
and
have a
you
drink
started
with us.
it.
And this
No,
week,
that's our roundup at the very beginning.
oh, okay.
And we do that, and we
We
get
went
the hell
down
out of it.
All right.
And then we just
and
have fun.
it kind of just it demarks for somebody that's going to see this video 2 years from now.
Right. So it's kind of a time
When
where
the
New buck.
the crazy shit that comes out of my mouth,
daughter
they'll
Allie's
look
here.
back and they'll say, "Oh, that motherfucker knew what he was talking about. How the fuck did he know that?"
my daughter Allie is one of
Nostradamus.
those.
I mean,
Hey, Allie.
Nostradamus. Nostradamus.
Oh boy.
I couldn't resist. You laid it out there for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you did.
Sometimes
You
I'm
heard
quick on my
Allie's
feet.
out there.
Yes, I heard that.
But anyway, what happened this week with you?
What happened this week with me? Well, we had a light practice on Sunday, which kind of started my week.
Perfect.
And it was a great
And,
talk, too. I mean, we
yeah.
got some really constructive conversations in
Because
that.
that was only his second practice with us. So basically, the week before, he came in after I threatened his life to finally come and play
That was a good.
keyboards.
That was a good
17
threat, though.
years after my
Right.
original
No,
scheduled
totally a good
audition.
threat because
Yes.
it's way overdue.
Well, yeah, 17 years overdue.
Yeah, well, we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we did.
So anyway, so then last week I decided because my drummer, he wanted to go up to Live Oak where he's building his new house to make sure that there was no major damage because of the storm. So he was out for the weekend. And so it was, and my lead guitarist, Chris, he was at his house. He lives over in Trenton Bell area.
Oh, yeah.
Which that got
And
hit
that
pretty
whole-
hard.
That
Yeah.
whole area got hit hard, and he's like still cleaning up.
Closer to the coast you
I
were,
was-
the
yeah.
worse.
Worst it was.
Right.
I was worried about Aiden and his mom out there, too.
Yeah.
Where they
that
live?
was some crazy. They're out in Trenton, Chiefland area.
Yeah.
Trenton, Chiefland side.
It depends on where you're at in
Yeah.
Trenton.
But
Because
they
the
got
further,
90
the
miles per
further,
hour winds.
yeah.
I was going to say they were right on the edge of that heavy wind because that was actually small. That was
Yeah,
concentrated.
very concentrated.
It was very
A
concentrated.
guy
but-
came in the other day looking for a truck because a deer ran into his.
Oh.
I said, you didn't hit the deer. He said, no, the deer ran into me. So,
But
but
sideswiped
he had he lives in Newbury, but he had a place in Steenhatchee.
Right?
Oh,
Up on the,
Gone.
you know,
Is
to
it-
the right, up on there, building, and he had 3 or 5 big RVs sitting out in front of his place. I guess he went out places. Gone. All gone. His building that he just built went upside down, and but the little shack, I guess, or whatever they lived, the trailer or whatever, didn't get damaged at all. But that is good 15 feet up. And he said what he heard was a wall of water, like 20 feet high, that all of a sudden came, and it just kept going up. I guess that's how they judge that shit, but I don't
Well,
really
did you
know.
see any of the video of Cedar Key?
Oh,
The storm?
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking at
Nuts.
it, and you can see just the peaks of the roof. So
Right.
I was like,
It's unbelievable.
oh my God.
Oh, that's it. I mean, how is it
Several businesses and homes just
So
Yeah, gone.
It
Just
just
gone.
it started way down the road. Oh,
and that
and it just
and that
it
the wind
pushed.
pushes the water
It
up
just kept
in.
pushing like this. So there's movies you see on TV where that big old thing comes at you like that. It could happen.
well, see, I think the concentration of all those high winds had a lot to do with how much the water was being. Because look,
Tide too.
how far
Tide
away
was
it
high.
was.
It's getting
Yeah.
up too.
Yeah, but look how far away it was from Tampa and St. Pete, and look how much damage they ended up with.
Right.
It was actually pretty far from them, and it still pushed up so
Got a
much
friend.
water.
I got a friend in Hudson. They evacuated.
Well, that's right on the coast. Yeah.
They evacuated, and she did a video when she walked in her house. All this stuff, everything you got, is just everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Well, my youngest son lives up in North Carolina, so he's
Flood.
dealing with that up there. And my oldest son lives down in near Clearwater, so he was
Ooh.
dealing with it down there.
Man, they got hit
So-
hard now.
You know, that's
They're-
one.
they're
That's
both
low
good.
lying
I
places.
checked on all my
Crystal River was
grandkids
underwater.
Yeah, I know.
Taylor's
It's
stepmom and
because
dad
it's a low
in Tampa
place.
had 4 feet of water in their house.
Yeah,
They was
yeah,
running water
unbelievable.
there. I've been there once.
Start tearing that drywall
And those
out.
rivers,
Carol is watching it. The friend of my dad's from New York.
Oh yeah, hey Carol,
Bill's
thanks for
originally
joining us.
from New York. Carol, we've got Bill here with us. He's the leader of the band that I just joined. I was telling
Yeah.
her about that the other day.
Peak skill in the house.
So,
yeah,
but, even my family up in Mount Vernon, Georgia, which is Montgomery County, they got hit hard, and a lot of them still don't have power or anything.
Now here's something interesting. Think about this, just here in Gainesville. The people on Millhopper Road aren't going to have power until next week.
Look at
Because
the
it
canopy.
fell on that main.
So that whole main
fell on that whole that big substation thing. Or
got
whatever
all
they
wiped
call
out.
it. It said over half of Gainesville got knocked out by that from south on and north on down.
Watch this. I'm going to get funny looks from these two guys in just a second. I did a rant on Facebook.
You get
the other
funny
day.
looks from us anyway.
Well, yeah. But I did a rant on Facebook the other day, and not the one you guys are thinking. That's why, why I was going there with it. Because I heard so many people complaining about their power not being turned back on yet. And now Friday, when I was out doing my driving around town, I was constantly having to detour because of trees down on roads and power lines and the actual trucks there and everything. But people were saying, I don't see any trucks out there. Well, you know why you don't see any trucks out there? Number one, you haven't been out in the right places. Number two, they're behind the scenes getting that crap done just to get your shit back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was really interesting because Colton, my middle child, works for GRU.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been working 16 hours a day, putting the grid back together.
Right.
And it's no different than the circuitry of your house. It's just on a much larger scale.
Right.
You know,
Gotta get
so
all the capacitors and all the
you got to get
resistors
everything
and
right
everything
before
back.
they turn it back, before they flip the fuse or the circuit breaker.
And then
Or
when
they'll
they
just
do,
pop something.
you might have another transformer down the line go out that was partially damaged.
Yeah.
You know.
That's another thing
It's
that's
just
a
the
problem.
The Karens and the Kevins. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. Very good.
Well,
Otherwise,
But speaking of Facebook rants,
Karens and Kevins. Huh? I call them Karens and asshats.
oh well, you gotta have a name for them.
Well,
Yes,
it's
asshat
Mr.
is
Asshat.
Well,
If
Karens
they're-
and Kevin's kind of flow a little bit more.
Yeah,
but,
I get it.
But yeah, they are asshats. Now, I will not argue with that.
I once had a millennial ask me what an ass hat was.
yeah,
I had to explain it to him.
Did
and,
you have to laugh? You get a giggle
Well,
a little
of
bit.
course I giggled, but then I had to explain it to them, and they were like completely grossed out by the idea of it.
Well, they probably were. Kids don't know. I mean, it's just, we're a bunch of old people.
right.
Oh,
Allie
tell me
says,
about it.
But we're still hip, though. Don't get me wrong. Now, I'm pretty old.
Yeah.
Allie says, by the way, I gave a lot of shit to your teenage son about that because he was thanking God that the power is back on. I sent him a message
Well, I'm glad.
saying people have lost everything. So,
Oh,
yeah, I
absolutely.
mean, people just
Oh, yeah. big time.
Agreed, 100%.
Oh yeah.
100%.
But anyway, so we're going to move on from that too.
Beer.
From hurricane. Here we
Hurricane?
go. I only had maybe half
Now
of beer so far.
is it trip
It's a
time
beer.
now?
So,
Ziggy, zuggy,
I'm
ziggy,
kidding.
ziggy, oi, oi,
All
oi.
right, I'll be back.
but speaking of the Facebook rants, I'll go briefly over that right quick. I'll say it was hurricane-induced boredom, and I started chasing a couple of scammers around over the past couple of days on Facebook. Well,
Just get stitches.
I went a little too far, and
He fucked with the bull and got the horns. That's
Right.
what he's trying to say.
Right. Long story short, I probably reported the wrong person to mess with. Right person to report, but wrong person to mess with. And they somehow or other got my account suspended for less than 24 hours.
What did
I
you
managed to
report?
do that.
Oopsie.
Somebody was impersonating a deceased friend of mine, and when Facebook wouldn't remove it, I just kind of went crazy
No
and
kidding.
put his information out there publicly.
You know, I got words, but I'm not going to say them.
Yeah, we're going to leave that alone since we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
But the good news, though,
The good
that
news is-
happened this week
Right?
is we now have 51 subscribers.
Yes.
Nice.
So very soon.
to YouTube. And the reason that we're not broadcasting live on YouTube is now we read the
we're still
rules.
researching.
We read the rules, and from what I'm reading, if I'm reading it correctly, because I'm not a lawyer, I think we have to maintain 50 subscribers for 90 days,
Correct.
and then we'll be able to live stream on that platform. So sometime
Nobody unsubscribe, please. He threatened to today.
Why?
He was
just being a bitch.
Yeah, he was fucking with us.
No, here. So
Hello, Bubba.
like, share, and subscribe. Go subscribe to that
Yes,
channel.
please.
It's Loquacious Libations. That's all you got to learn how to spell loquacious correctly.
If you don't know, look on our Facebook.
So you're
page.
probably right about the 50 clicks
Which is linked to my
or
YouTube
subscribers. It's
I
like a
just let the
stock.
phone do it.
They don't maintain a certain
Correct. They don't have their
level,
options.
then they don't get to move on
Right.
to the higher thing
Correct.
and split and do all that other shit. Split shit.
So yeah, and the benchmarks are 50 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers is a big trip.
Right. Well, see,
So
here's
did my
what it
son
is.
get on
50
there yet?
subscribers, you're allowed to have any subscriber you have watch your live. As
Plus
well
another
as
10?
25.
25.
Plus
Okay.
25. At 1,000, you go YouTube wide.
And then you can
anybody
start
watch.
getting sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Making money.
Well, at 50, you can actually monetize, but I haven't looked into all that yet. We're not really doing this for the money.
That's probably where people do the little stars and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Non-news.
And we just do this for the hell of it anyways. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah, but if somebody's going to sponsor you, they'll buy your liquor for you.
yeah. Which reminds me,
Speaking of.
I went to that new liquor store.
Yeah.
Where?
It's by the Home Depot.
Oh, we got a new one down there by Home Depot?
53rd?
Well, it's on whatever Northwest 4th and Tower Road.
Oh,
okay.
the one on
Over
the
there,
other side of
University
town.
and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
over
That's
there.
where you live.
No, I don't live there. I live in the middle of town.
What happened to the one we got closer?
Excuse me, I'm just going to make a quick adjustment over here. You guys keep talking.
Anyways,
Okay.
I went in there and met the owner. Nice. Well, one of the owners. Nice young fella. And inadvertently we got to talking, and I should have let him just ring me up, because I think he inadvertently rang me up 2 times on one bottle.
Oh.
Thankfully, it was a cheap bottle, so it's not that big of a deal. I didn't catch it until after I got home. But here's the deal with we were looking at their prices on their. They show their allocated bottles. They put them up on the shelf when they get them. So, which is kind of nice. Certain things don't last very long, like he says. We'll put out a thing, but we should also follow them on Facebook. What they do is, if you want an allocated bottle, they will sell it to you at MSRP.
Okay.
So, for example, they have Taylor Single Barrel in there right now on the shelf, and they will sell it to you for $89.99. That's the MSRP for Colonel Taylor Single Barrel.
Okay.
But in order to get that price, you need to buy 4 of their store picks.
Okay.
But their store picks, I mean, right now their store picks, they have really
But
nice
you
store
can get the ones
picks.
on sale, right?
Yeah.
You buy store sale, but not that.
Here, it's like you buy four of their store picks. Now, here, right now, for example, one of the whiskeys that I really like is
Crown Lane.
High West Double Rye. Great bottle of whiskey. Well, I could just go buy 4 of those. I'd have 1 and then 3 backups.
Right.
And it's whiskey I would drink.
Right.
And then I would get offered my choice of whatever they have on their allocated shelf at MSRP. So it's not a bad deal, really.
Yeah.
You know.
That works.
So,
By the way, Bill is into Irish.
yeah, I know. They have all the spots there, by the way. Yeah, look at him shaking his head. Oh, yeah. I know about that. Yeah, the only one they didn't have was the Blue Spot, which I mentioned last week,
Right.
which is a very popular Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
They have the red spot and the yellow spot and the green spot. So they have a pretty decent, I mean, it's not a real big store, but they have a decent selection of whiskeys.
Yeah.
Mostly whiskeys.
So I don't know if you heard me. Wayne Kelly, Crown Lane, is watching us tonight. So, these are pretty much everybody that watches us right now are all people that I know.
Well, I hope so.
So we haven't gotten general public much in yet, but we will.
They've been watching you
Well,
on
I mean,
YouTube.
you know, people stumble on stuff all the time, and usually they like it.
Yeah, I know.
hope they do.
Well, we're celebrating the
You gotta
Oktoberfest.
just make
Wayne,
sure it gets out
we're
there.
drinking Oktoberfest beer tonight because we're celebrating the Oktoberfest, and I'm about ready for another one.
Yeah,
got 'em
I
right
was
down
into
here, fellas.
too.
I don't know how Oktoberfesty this really is.
No,
It's not as Märzen as
no,
as
that's too warm for me.
but it's got that flavor.
Put it in the fridge.
It's just not real stout flavor.
It's smooth, isn't it?
It's
good. It's a good Oktoberfest.
It's like Budweiser with a little bit of a stout taste to it.
You can tell it's not. You can tell it's not.
It's not their lager. I
beer.
mean,
Yeah,
it's
not.
not.
It's not everyday beer.
It actually it reminds me of a little bit weaker version of Harp.
How the hell does that keep moving?
Yeah, that is. I mean, if you take a harp and you take the
Brent's watching us.
the Leinenkugel's Märzen style
Well,
beer,
you
that
can't
those
see
two are
it,
very
Brent,
close.
because
It's just
too
that
far on the
harp's
other
that
side.
ale got that ale flavor.
Right.
You know, where the Märzen doesn't really have that.
Just a little bit there.
So yeah, the only thing we're really missing.
There we go.
If you ever go to the
I
Oktoberfest
think I'm not.
in Munich,
Sorry.
you're gonna eat
Sure,
you're gonna eat little tiny
What's up, man?
sausages with sauerkraut and very salty chicken.
Okay. Where's the chicken and the sauerkraut?
Yeah, that's
Right?
what I was gonna say. The only thing we're missing is really salty chicken.
And you're not wearing Lederhosen.
No, well, I'm not going to.
But he's got the proper hat on.
Well,
There's no feather in it.
It's
though.
no feather, but you know.
you know.
Now, hey, you were talking about something earlier. Are you
Hi,
playing
Sandy.
Boo this year?
Yes, we're playing Boo this year.
Fantastic.
So
Very cool. And I'm going to be there with him.
Yes, he'll be playing with us. So I already told Feck, Chris, that we needed an extra band pass this year. Actually, it'll be two because you and your wife. But because we all
I'm
get
super
a
psyched
plus
about
one.
Sweet.
So
Where is this?
This is in Fort White, right?
it's in Fort White now. Yeah.
Oh, wow, it moved then. Because
Yeah,
it used to
it's
be.
it's not out in Waldo on the
Yeah.
lake anymore.
What I mean,
Yeah.
what is it? I mean,
So it's basically
is it one night or
it's a
weekend?
weekend.
It's a weekend, you go camp.
It's a hippie fest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But isn't there one up in the top
In
of the
Swan?
state? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what Dan goes to. Dan goes
that's a huge
for a week.
thing.
Yeah.
That's like a sponsored thing with
yeah.
they actually have headliners that are famous
Oh
bands
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
whole different deal. This
I
is
went
a
to
very
see-
you know what?
They've been
family-oriented
going.
thing.
They've been going for
That way,
years
too, in Swan?
before Dan even married his wife,
like that, too.
and they have one that's really close. They get passes to sit behind the main stage and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Dan
That's
said it
cool.
was pretty cool. But it's it's like 4 nights, 5 nights, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, this is
And
3.
you can walk through certain areas, and Freakville comes out. But if they get out, they scared out of you, and you see things.
Yeah, we actually had a friend of
Anything
ours.
we hadn't seen before, I'm sure.
I don't know. What Dan said, you might not have seen this.
Oh.
There were chickens and horses and
Oh,
goats
no,
running
no.
everywhere.
So our drummer had a friend who knew.
I don't want to see goats and
one of the
horses. I want to
promoters
see
for that
boobies.
Thing that he's
Oh,
talking
that's he
about.
said it's pretty.
Plenty of
Me
those.
too.
We
I
thought
like
we
that.
were gonna be
I
able
like
to get in
that. I like
one
that.
year.
I like that.
Right?
And so
I
we were
didn't-
looking
we
up
should've seen
prices
one
of,
of us.
of
We
places
should've-
to stay.
I was waiting
and
on
all
somebody
You
that.
know, if my wife is
Oh, my
watching this
God.
when I walk in, she's
It
gonna
was
she's gonna flash me her
$1,000
boobies.
a night.
Right. Oh.
Why
$800
not
a
do
night.
it
I was
live
like,
on the
forget
TV?
No, that's
Here.
no.
I hope you guys
Tell
can
him to
follow
text it
one
to
of
me,
these
and I will while I
conversations,
watch
maybe both of them, but we're having
If his
fun
wife
either
is
way.
watching, which I
And that's
love.
what this is really
I
about,
love her.
right?
that. Sure.
Absolutely,
I'm kidding.
100%.
That's what we always
That-
say.
that-
We're
that-
not doing this for this.
No, we're doing this for this.
We're doing this for this.
Yeah,
And I know it might be a little confusing and a little crazy compared to one of our normal shows tonight, but
Yeah, because from
this is
now
what it's
on,
about.
And to
if I come,
entertain
if I ever
you.
come back,
Yes,
I
we
gotta
hope
sit
you're
because my
entertained.
back killed me stand up this long. Anyway,
yeah, but Boo, you should have a great time at Boo.
yeah, I can't wait for that.
You should come.
That's going to be cool.
Twist my arm.
when is it?
Well, here, you know,
You're gonna go.
do you know Elise, the coffee lady?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
from
Coffee Culture.
Yeah.
Well, her daughter and my daughter used to be very close friends. Well, and they went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
So they always went out and helped do the coffee. So maybe
Yeah.
I'll just get up with Mike and Elise and say, hey, you need some help?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Do it,
By
man.
the way, his daughter is a talented musician.
Really?
Yes, she is.
What does she
She
play?
can
Marimba.
damn near anything.
Marimba. Let me tell you, I had a drummer just before Kurt.
Uh-huh.
His name was Luke. A little too mechanical for our band because he was like that precise, but
Gotcha.
but he didn't have the Bonham feel that Kurt has. But he was a student at UF. He was a music major at UF, and he was still in the band when he graduated. So he invited us all to go up and watch him do his dissertation.
Okay, cool.
He played a Beethoven, I think it was, a Beethoven symphony on the marimba.
What's the I don't know what it
Marimba is like a
It's like a
xylophone, but
but
it's different.
bigger.
It's bigger.
Right.
It sounds a little different.
Really?
A little more wooden
And,
sounding.
and instead
maybe?
of playing with two mallets, you play with
Oh,
three.
I think I know what
Yeah,
you mean.
she plays with
man.
4 mallets, and
So it's like a.
Just
I
think
got
of,
you, I got you,
think
I
of,
got you. I know what you mean now.
what's
you said,
the fusion
what you
jazz? Spirogyra.
Spyro
There you
Gyra,
go.
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So,
Hey, here's the funny for you. Marimba, right, and get back to your story right after. We didn't
How do
change
you-
it here.
What made me want to get into that?
High school,
I mean,
we used to do Linus
yeah.
and Lucy.
Right,
Right,
it comes
yeah.
from somewhere.
Go ahead.
Did she play?
that was it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was.
She
Yeah.
just decided. No,
Anyway,
she just
speaking
decided
of
she
hate,
wanted to
Mike
do
Bloodworth is
percussion
watching. Thank
when
you for
she
being
was
out there, brother.
in 7th grade, I
So
think it
she's
was.
done other things before.
6th or 7th grade, and then she just
No
I'm just gonna have
eventually
to-
went to
have
marimba.
That's cool. That's very
Yeah.
Some Harley Davidson advertising.
There you go. These don't work like that.
Well, it looks like a pork pie. No, it does. If you look
Well,
at it.
no.
backwards,
You
it
look
looks like
better with a hat
pork
on.
Oh, well, I'm bald, so of course I look better with a hat
Yeah,
on.
put that on there.
See what I like about the Boston skull cap? You can wear it front or back, and
Or
it kind of
Except
looks
for when
the
the
same.
label's sticking out in front of you.
Yeah.
I always kind of like the
Pimpin'
fedora,
that.
you know, different kinds too.
Now you're rolling.
There you go.
Now
There
you're
you
right.
go.
Now you're right. See, these guys would have told you that.
I hate tags.
Wayne Powers
do
is
too.
watching us. Welcome, Wayne. That would be the other Wayne.
Yeah, bicycle wing.
Yes, bicycle Margarita Wayne.
Yeah, margarita wing.
We did a poll one time. Nobody answered the poll. We were asking whether they wanted us to continue with whiskey after season 1 or go to gin. Nobody answered the poll
Except for Wayne,
Powers,
who said margaritas.
Anything,
to say,
anything with tequila in it, I'm on board.
And believe it or not, even though we haven't gotten to it yet, we will get to that. 'Cause
We'll get to
we're
a
gonna
smasherita.
Right, we're going to do one weekend, one show. We're going to do a tequila smash with margarita style and do a whiskey Rita at the same time.
Okay. Can I do mine without
Smash
the
two
Rita?
ways. Yep.
Just
You can go straight whiskey if you
you
want.
just want to do whiskey? You know what?
And
I mean,
tequila.
no tequila.
Straight tequila.
Yeah, there's probably some kind of crazy
Very
cocktail
well,
out there that mixes the two too. I researched that.
Well, what's in a Long Island iced tea?
Everything?
Oh, a lot of
Tequila's in there.
Juicy.
That's tequila, rum, vodka,
It's something that makes it
there
dark.
any whiskey in
triple
it?
sec.
Makes
No,
it
there's
dark.
no whiskey.
No
in it.
whiskey. Okay.
Yeah,
I just knew there was a whole
makes it
bunch of
dark.
them.
Yeah.
Right.
R.I.P. Rest in peace, Pete Rose and Chris Christophers.
Yes.
Yes.
Both,
both
of
of
them. We had quite a few celebrity deaths.
And a few,
Lot of
in
people
in
leaving.
A pile.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, one quick round back to the craziness thing.
Oh,
the
wait.
whole Diddy shit.
Well,
I could care less.
that
You
is.
know the best thing that's
That's-
come out
that's
of
enough said on that one.
hold on.
Go ahead,
The
go.
best thing that's come out of the Diddy thing are all the jokes being made now about
That's him?
no baby oil.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even the guy that scored a touchdown the other day mentioned it on the pro game. Did you hear that?
Wrestlers came out.
He
and said
made
that.
something. He had something to do with baby oil or something like that. I said, "Ooh, and that's a brother too doing it too."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
sorry,
best
but
thing that came out of
Sometimes
Diddy.
you got to find the humor in the sick shit. You
Yep.
really do, just to get.
Yeah, 'cause that's
through
some
life.
way-
Yeah,
sick
but
shit,
everybody knew.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
not to the extent, but you knew.
yeah. There's now.
Jeffrey Epstein, they all knew.
I didn't even know who
Yeah,
Jeffrey
wait.
Epstein was until
You probably knew.
I knew who Jeffrey Epstein was only because I was in the finance world and everybody knew who he was. But I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know
Right.
he was just a hedge fund
So
operator.
you went ahead and went all the way over there to the island and didn't know anything
no,
about
no,
it.
no,
the
no,
closest
no.
thing I come to the financial world is the people calling me saying, "Where's my money?"
Who do you owe?
Everybody.
Well, no. Now here,
I didn't owe anybody until the last 4 years. Now I owe everybody.
I hear you.
Right.
it's such a game.
Ever since COVID hit, COVID has completely destroyed me and my wife.
Yeah, it destroyed a lot of people.
Yeah.
dude.
But on a lighter note, Steelers are 3-1. They got beat last week, so they should.
Who were they?
Bucks are 3-1.
Bucks are. I have no idea. They lost their first
I do
game.
NFL.
They got
No, they didn't lose the first game. They lost their 2 games ago. They lost to
Second game.
I'm glad
Denver.
he didn't hear that.
I thought that was the first game. But anyway,
They lost
yeah.
to Denver.
And Miami's going like that ever since.
Well, ever since Tua, I mean,
Tua got hurt.
Yeah.
Hot too. You ever seen that?
Hey, but the Oktober
Oh,
girl, who doesn't like that kid?
Oh, I love
She's
her.
funny as shit.
And she's
making
not,
a lot of
I was
money
just
off
reading
of
Oh,
this
I'm
weird.
sure
She
she
said
is.
she's not doing porn or Playboy or any of
No,
that.
and,
She's
no,
a
that
good
would be
country
so out
girl.
of character for her.
I know, that's what it said.
But she's
everybody wants
making
her
the
to.
money. I'll tell you
Oh,
what,
absolutely,
she is
because she's
monetized.
on everybody's podcast.
Well,
She's
I
got
am
merch
on.
out now, and I mean,
She was on.
I
what's
give her
his name?
credit.
What's the guy up in New York?
She had
Shock
no idea
Jock,
what she was doing. She said,
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
He was on. She was on Howard Stern,
I'm
and
surprised
she
she left there
told.
alive.
And she told him. She said that luckily she got really good advice right after she did that video and it came out. She had somebody tell her, "You need to copyright that."
Oh,
So she
quickly,
copyrighted the
quickly,
Hatsui.
quickly.
Trademark.
So
Absolutely.
she's got it trademarked. She's making.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
She's
heck
making
yeah, because,
bucks.
man, there's everybody's, that's getting, and I'm happy for her, though. Good for her.
Right?
I wish I would have come
Here's
up
to
with
her.
a
But anyway,
hot tui.
that was a good little thing.
a hot tui when I was 22 or 21, whatever the fuck he was. She is.
So, do any of
I'm
you
still
all
pissed
watch
off that I didn't invent
the
the
Rings
chip
of Power?
I have watched the first season and gotten into the second season, but I haven't gotten through all the way.
Yeah, we have.
There's only one episode left.
Okay.
Really,
It's
we're about
a bad
halfway
one.
through the second season.
Oh no, I'm not going to say
Don't
anything.
spoil.
But if you know, I love that. I just love that shit.
We of course watched House of Dragon when it came
Yeah, we
out.
got that one.
And
I
we're
never watched
too.
that.
And then we went back and had to watch Game of Thrones all the way through after that.
Wait,
I never
you
watched that
never
either.
watched
You-
it?
Oh,
No,
Game
I-
of Thrones
we
is
watched
great.
it before several
Yeah, I
times,
never watched
but we had to go rewatch it.
Yeah, Beth had to watch it before we watched the.
Well,
When I get home, I want to watch. We usually watch horror movies or horror suspense. I love horror movies.
That's my wife.
Do you? I don't.
Oh,
I'm not
why I
true
did you
crime.
hurt? Because I don't like.
I'm not a big horror movie
I
fan.
love old
This
horror
thing
movies,
says on
new
True
horror
Crime
movies. I don't give a shit what it. As long as I haven't seen it. Which I've seen a lot of.
Here's my thing with horror. Luckily for me, my wife has run out of horror because she has watched so much horror.
Oh, go to Amazon or
Hold
Netflix.
on, hold
Pay
on, hold
more.
on. No, she's gone through all of them. Okay, and she's
So it's
literally-
boring to her now, or?
she's literally at the point where now she's pulling from the B movies and C movies.
Oh, sweet.
So now I
Which
get
is
to
actually-
watch.
some of that's better.
She watches a horror and I watch a comedy.
Yes.
So tell me when you get to tomatoes.
Rob?
I think I've seen those. I think I've seen that
I don't know.
before, like years ago. That's an older one, isn't it?
Oh, dude, it's
Killer
like
Tomatoes?
70s. Yeah.
Killer
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Attack
Of
of
course.
the
Remember that?
Tomatoes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
Shit.
God.
I think I was
Direct TV. It's
Probably
got,
so.
Dish Network. It's got down on the lower channels. They added like a 4-station or channel nostalgia, and then 8 channels for industry and give you history and stuff like that. Then they got 11 channels for horror. So it's pretty cool. Old movies. I've never seen them before. They suck. They're really bad acting.
Well, they just got beat.
But-
They just got bought out.
But, you know, every now and
And
again
they're
you
just
stumble
making-
upon one
They're
that's
just
not
making
bad.
content.
It's not bad. So whoever thought to do
yourself
that,
out there,
because they do,
I gotta take a
you don't
sip.
have
I gotta
dish?
wrap
You don't
up.
have, what do you have?
I have no TV.
No worries
So,
at all there. We always
you mean-
hang out
I have no
an
TV.
hour afterwards. So you're welcome to do that too.
I have no
Well, I
TV.
planned on it.
Oh,
We're
God.
always welcome over here.
So,
There's not a
it's up
TV
to
in my
good point.
house.
Yeah.
So, as
I
of,
usually have to say that 5 times
as of
before
November
somebody
5th.
gets
Well, yeah,
like,
I'm not going to
we'll
be in a
find
different
out what
light
the
anyway,
vote
but
was
I
on
don't
Amendment
even
3.
begin to know where to
Right?
start.
So, if anybody
But I don't think we're doing
knows
away
is from
with
Florida that
justified
knows what
reasons.
Amendment
You
3
don't have
is,
one.
that's
I
the
don't have a TV.
amendment to make
Don't you know what you're missing?
marijuana legal.
Yeah, I know
for
exactly what I'm missing.
recreational consumption.
Programming.
And unfortunately, since I drive,
No,
I can't
not
even think about
anymore.
any of that. But
Now you can go
Well, I'm
watch
just
what you
wondering
want.
if you guys are going to add
Think
that
of a
to
movie
the
and
mix
go
of
watch it.
Loquacious Libations,
It's still
because it is a
here.
libation.
You're missing my
Well,
point.
yeah.
My point is more
I
esoteric.
can't say anything.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it ain't like you're moving and doing something else
No,
the
no,
whole
no.
time you're
No,
home.
no. Here's my point.
Driving.
What
I
my
can give
point
opinions,
is
but I'm not
is-
going to be able to partake. So
On television, they fill space with programming, right? Right. Well, what are they programming?
You.
For them in here.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Hey.
You.
This guy here thinks that everybody's watching him right now. And he gets on a podcast
No,
and
no.
does this. When he goes, oh, we're watching you. Well, no, shit,
they're
they're
not.
watching you. We're
They're not
looking
what?
at it.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. People don't realize the power of the television.
Oh yeah, the television.
Do you have a smartphone?
I
say something.
I can say Hurricane Joe,
And then
I
nothing's gonna
guarantee
come
you in a
up.
few minutes I'll get something that says Hurricane or Joe.
Absolutely.
If we start
So
talking
what's
about
That's not what I'm
Say
talking
TV.
about. That's not what I'm talking about.
I,
Okay, here. Why is this country so polarized and divided?
because the government wants it that way.
And that what's their means? What's their means
Power.
of transmission to make that happen?
Yeah, TV.
The television is the number
yeah, but
one.
smart
The boob
people
tube.
don't. I mean, you think that there's a trance that'll make you think like they do. If that was the case, it wouldn't be 50-50, which I
I think
have
there
no
is.
idea why it's 50.
I think there is kind of a trance because let me tell you, my grandmother used to
Movies.
tell me all the time, "Get out from in front of that TV; it's going to make you stupid."
I agree. Or you'll go blind if you sit too damn close
It's
to
the
it.
reason they call it the boob tube, man.
Well, I love that Benny Hill shit. You know, I
but-
seen my first boob on TV on Benny Hill.
Benny Hill.
Swear to God.
Benny Hill.
Here's
Swear
the
to
Betty
God.
Hill.
Swear to God.
Benny Hill.
Swear to God.
I'm not going to say
wish
it
we had
here.
music.
I would watch it just for that one. I would watch it just for that. I'd watch it for just that brief little second. How much you pity?
Oh, better than the Keystone Cops. That was some good shit. And, you know,
Benny Hill was some really funny
and, you
shit.
know,
Got the guy on the
watching
head.
this on
Yes.
while my parents were asleep.
I got a shirt. I should
My
have worn.
grandmother.
I did my the first time.
My grandmother was
The Benny
like-
Hill shirt?
I wore my Benny Hill shirt.
I think you
first
did.
time. Yeah. Did I?
That's right, you
Yeah.
did.
What's
I
that?
think I even mentioned it. He had a Benny Hill shirt on.
I was
the
on
first cast.
Facebook, probably watching Benny Hill. They said, "Oh, you can get a shirt." So I
Our
got
first
it.
cast was a tribute to my granddad. We did it on his birthday. We had ancient age Manhattans. And Buck joined us for
I
that
seen
very
three.
first
I
cast.
think three
Oh,
people
cool.
saw it. Me, you, and.
Yeah, I think that's it. It has like 5 views.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
anyway,
My
damn glad
grandmother.
to be back.
My grandmother was a Roman Catholic Italian woman up in New York, and she was a saint. Okay, she was.
She made gravy on Sundays, and
Exactly.
I get
Pasta.
it.
Right? Now,
Yeah, oh yeah.
her guilty pleasure was British comedy.
Oh,
Faulty Tower.
She watched Faulty Towers.
Oh,
she
totally.
watched Benny Hill. She watched even watched
What was it? Come on. What did it have to do with?
come on,
What
they
did
were
that
like the
do?
most popular one. Monty Python.
Monty Python.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So
I was
I was going
she
to
used
say
to,
John
I
Cleese.
fought
and-
in
yeah,
General
she used
direction.
to watch this stuff, and I used to watch her, and she would
Fun, but
laugh
flesh
so
one.
hard she would cry.
Bring out your dad.
And I would be like, I'd be laughing
Bring out
myself,
your
and I wasn't
dad.
laughing at the show. I was laughing at her because she was like such a nice little old lady, and she was just dying to some of this filth that was coming out of Benny Hill's mouth. It was hilarious.
My great grandmother was like that with pro wrestling. Now I grew up in Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta, so it was Ted Turner, Channel 17, before it ever became Superstation.
Right.
We're talking when it was
What's that my age here?
it was bullshit UHF is what it was.
Yeah, but
It was
man,
public access.
Yeah, and it was
pro
Ric
wrestling
Flair.
was all over, man. Pro wrestling. Who did?
Who was the first wrestler you ever saw on TV?
the first one I saw on TV, Mr. Wrestling #2.
Who
Andre
about
the
you?
Giant.
The first wrestlers that I was ever fans of.
No, the first one you ever saw when you
Which
first
was probably
you were little.
was
You're
probably
59,
the
I'm
first
60.
My very first
were
memory
probably
was
the first
Wrestling
ones
2.
that I ever saw, because I didn't see them until I moved down
He
here
was
to
a champion.
South Florida. They were the tag team champions, and it was Rowdy Piper and Rick Martel.
Man, you're too far. You,
That's
you
not
didn't-
old enough.
Apparently, you didn't start watching it until you
No,
were
I was up in
35.
New York. We didn't watch that stuff up in New York.
But
Bruno
I was 3 and 5
San
years old.
Martino. Bruno San Martino was the first wrestler I ever seen from Pittsburgh. He was champion for a while, and that's the first one. Then Ric Flair was the second one I
Ric
saw.
Flair
I
was
remember
within
Ric Flair.
the Georgia
Of
Championship
course.
Wrestling too.
Yeah, and then came all the, in the what was it, the early '90s or the late
see,
'80s?
I started
when everybody
watching
could
pro
watch
wrestling
all
in
them
the
WrestleManias, and they were good with the Rock and all that shit.
Yeah, no,
and
I
when,
stopped.
what was his name? Mankind falls through the fence and on the tacks, and That
Yeah.
was.
I
Mick
stopped.
Foley.
I stopped
Yeah.
watching.
Insane.
Yeah.
Wrestling was like Santa Claus.
Undertaker.
To me.
Yeah.
So I stopped watching wrestling when.
Well, we all do.
So well, when Sergeant Slaughter and that Iranian guy.
Oh, the Sheik.
Oh, the Sheik.
Oh,
The Sheik.
Yeah.
They're mortal enemies.
Yeah.
And they got
Iranian
pulled
Sheik.
over up in New York, and they were together in a car, coked up and drunk.
Yeah, of course.
And they both went to jail together. And I
They're
was
no
like,
different than they're no
it ain't
different than a
real.
rocker entertainer or an actor entertainer. They're entertainers. The only reason
Yeah.
you do that is
So-
because they're entertainers.
well, when I saw
exactly
that,
what
I
they
was
are.
like, yeah, it's not real. I ain't going to watch it no more.
But I used to sit and watch my great grandmother sit in her little chair in front of that black and white TV that probably had vice grips because the channel thing had broken.
And the antenna had to have some aluminum foil on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
But she would sit there and scream at the TV, kill him! You know? And she's just the sweetest little old lady.
I bet she got real mad
But
when there
that's
was a
where I was
commercial
going
coming
with that entire
right in the
thing.
middle of the match.
Oh, God.
Hey,
that's
man.
so funny.
It's the modern day bread and circus.
Yeah.
It's the gladiators.
It ain't the same as it was,
And-
though.
and you know,
Whatever
funny
it takes
enough,
to keep our mind off of what's really going on.
Thank
After
you.
The Rock and Stone
That's
Cold
what I'm talking about.
And all that went through.
And here,
It's
in
dead.
that vein,
Nobody,
while I'm
I
sitting
mean,
at work,
See, I don't
nothing
follow
to
it
do,
anymore.
me neither.
I'm
At
not
all.
moving around.
At all.
I'm sitting here watching shorts.
So I
all
don't
the
think
damn
it's,
time.
but
Pro
among
wrestling has been one of the
young
things I
kids
watch.
from the countryside, probably.
I would.
Lord.
Yeah,
You know,
probably.
to
Here's
get
the
their
funny
parents
part.
to
Over
get
the years, I always
rednecks and
realized it was
the
entertainment, of course. You know.
so.
But over the years, I've
But
kind of
hey,
gotten
I'm
into
one,
it and then
but,
fallen into it. Gotten into it. I don't like
this-
any modern
I guess
or anything like that.
my kids have
Flip
grown
through
up.
and I'll see
I
it
took
and I'm
my
like,
son.
No, no,
a little bit, but
I took my
like
kids
watching the
too.
women more.
I think
They're
it's-
brutal. The chicks
See,
are
I don't
brutal,
like
man.
that part.
Oh my
I
God,
don't
the
like
women
But
are
it's still
brutal.
on fucking
Like
3 days a
Glow and
week.
all them.
Two different
Dude,
channels.
those women are
Either
brutal.
the
So-
They're more brutal than the guys.
WWF or the
They are. They pull each other's hair.
And here's the thing
WCW.
is,
Or
even
now
though
there's
it's scripted,
another. I don't think
it's
WWE
very
anymore.
athletic,
Well, I think
and
there's
they
something
know what
else.
they're doing not to hurt with each
That's,
other.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where it fucking
It's
Oh, yeah.
predetermined, but it's still athletic. So, in that respect, I have respect for it. But
Oh, those guys are athletes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they train
big
their
time.
asses off.
No,
Well,
Yeah.
most of those guys come from other sports.
You gotta
Yeah,
find a
yeah.
way to do all that they
Goldberg
do
and
without
football.
breaking a limb.
Correct. That's
And
the
there's
thing.
been several
he
that
also
did.
hurt some people though.
The Rock also came.
there's
Who was Sid Vicious.
That was
I
Sid,
saw
yeah.
him jump off there, and when he hit, everybody
Boom.
saw it. That
Snap.
It just snapped, and the boom
Yeah.
flew out, and the guy's over him going, I better not jump on him right now.
Yeah, no, he's.
Yeah,
You know,
it was fucked
Yeah,
up.
what you were talking about
That
earlier,
one guy
the
died trying to
Undertaker
hit
match
him.
with Mick Foley
Oh yeah,
when he was mankind.
Yeah, the steel cage
The steel cage match when he fell through the fence and hit the
on
ground.
the
they
table on the
actually thought
tacks.
he was dead for a couple.
Well, I
of
don't know about that, but I'll tell you what, it had to have knocked the air out of him.
Oh,
He said,
100%.
"Yeah, what we're doing. I'm thinking Mick's crazy as hell."
100%.
And he lands on the floor, and we're trying to figure out
there's-
whether he's still breathing or not.
There's
Every woman that's watching this is going, "Oh God, this
documentary
has
to
devolved
him.
into a conversation about wrestling."
I've seen
Yeah, I do too.
Ric Flair
Oh,
You're right.
talking
He
about.
always,
Sandy
Ric Flair always got
Sherry
the, hit the
Flair,
blood
right?
deal.
Well, yeah,
He cut himself with it.
He cut himself.
We're down to
Make more
5
money.
people, I don't know.
Make him, and then
We're down
fall
all
flat
to
on his
five?
face.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
We
I
usually
couldn't
have
do that.
5 to 7 viewers
No.
at a time.
I couldn't do that.
I would have put my hands
Yeah.
up. He
Fuck
went.
off.
I can't
Damn.
tell. That's the one thing it doesn't tell you who's
Hey, to
actually
make
watching
them
it.
millions
Just
of
tells
dollars. Now
you
he's
who's coming in.
dead, but
Hey,
anyway.
Beth, if you're still with us, send us
Go,
a,
get off
send
my lawn.
us
I know how
a-
you feel, Rick.
So we have
Come on, Ric Flair. Join up.
Yeah, no, I've seen interviews with Ric Flair, and he-
I thought it was a second person.
You know,
He said what he had to do. He had to cut himself.
Thompson.
No,
He
that's
had
her.
to do
That's
this.
her.
He had to
main-
do that.
making more money. I mean, no, because I've seen interviews with him, and remember Nick Bockwinkel
Allie's maybe
and
still out
Mad Dog Vachon.
That's my
Those
girl. I'm
guys
proud
said
of
the
her.
same
She's
thing.
doing,
I mean, it's just
she's doing
entertainment.
Colorado, but she's traveling.
That's your kid.
I mean, it's killed a bunch of
Awesome.
people.
Girl I was telling you about the other day.
That one guy, one of the
Hey,
Ever Hearts
you talked to
I wonder if
her.
you.
Yeah.
I wonder if you had her
was
with
supposed
you.
to come in
anytime
on the
you
wire
came out.
and it
We
broke
may have.
and
When Alan was
during
up
one
there.
of the main events or something like that.
Yeah.
It was right at the end, I believe, of
God rest his
WrestleMania,
soul.
one
Rest his
of
soul.
them. But then we're done.
Sherry's still out there and she's shaking her head.
At who? You or me?
No, she's
And all of us.
She's face planted.
Because we went full pro wrestling for a couple of
I
minutes.
know, right? We're still on it. We and him were having a conversation.
Well, they are. We're on the other stuff over here. And there's two conversations going on at any point, so who knows? But hopefully y'all are entertained, and hopefully the folks that
Hey,
We'll see how many views we get.
Somebody type in what we should do next.
yeah, there you go.
What should we talk about?
And,
Be
and
careful
up
when
to
you
the
say
viewers.
that because you don't know what they're going to
leave it
tell
to the
us.
viewers, man.
Sherry just said that was at all of you. Face plant.
She heard me say that.
By the way, Bill, this is a woman who used to work with my mother at a newspaper up in Georgia. She was the marketing
Gotta
director
give it
for
about
that
10
newspaper. She's going to be coming down here soon and will be a guest with us and is going to help us with a little bit of our marketing.
Hey, our band needs a manager.
Yes, Sherry, there's a position open and she is thinking about getting an RV. Sherry,
That's the best
you
way to
did
retire.
hear the thing about Boo Fest, right? That's in Fort White, Florida.
And they
Dates?
do have RV spots.
Dates?
It's usually right around Halloween.
Where's my phone?
I don't
There
know.
it is. Here, grab my phone.
Yes, sir. Oh, shoot.
Hey, it's going
Unplug it. Oh,
It's
you
got a
just
tail.
you're moving the.
Oh, hell.
Oh, hell. What'd you do? Now you can see the hallway.
Oh, damn it.
You're
See?
about to tip that over.
Damn electric. Oh, shit. I'm trying to get it to go back in. We got a new couch today, thanks to Buck. And I
Oh, it's
just-
all Buck's fault.
Usually is.
It's Buck's fault.
Hey, make sure you can see like that. Me.
All right,
Al-
let's
you
see.
mean Albert?
Oh shit.
So,
Yeah, you should be able to see you when you come back.
All right. And what was it?
I won't see
You know what I was going to do? Do you mind if I play something on the speakers right there for us?
I don't care. Why would I care?
Let's see. I'm going to have to come off the line. I will not be able to monitor chat while I do this, but I am going to.
Now pour a little more in there because I want to sip.
Here.
Well, there's plenty. I'm going to pour some Coke on it.
I know that.
You want to pour the Coke?
No,
So you're.
I would drink out of the pony bottle.
That's
Although that
what I'm
46 is much better than this pony bottle.
Assuming it's
Oh, I
this
know.
weekend.
Hey, did you bring this pony bottle?
November
this is
2nd,
my
3rd,
second-
Boo
First,
Fest,
second,
y'all.
and third.
First,
there's
second,
one down
third.
there too, bro.
When'd you get this?
I picked it up when I was on my way over to
I got a whole big
somebody's
bottle
house
of it at
one
my
night.
house. I can bring
He
it.
had it
I'm
by
not
hand.
worried about that. I'm just. I like these little
He was hiding
375s.
the 64.
I picked it up because I was on
He
my
was
way
hiding
over
the
somewhere
46.
and I'd forgotten to
Was
bring
it a
my bottle
promo or
46.
something?
No, it was just a quick. I'm going to grab a small bottle because I forgot to bring my 46.
You know what I do have at the house? I've got a 12-year single malt from Bushmills in Ireland that doesn't get sold over here that my friend brought
Ooh.
back from Ireland.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll bring it one of these times. What? What am I doing?
Picking a long, strange day to play on the cast.
Here, I'll do this one.
Well, I'm on the speakers now.
Oh,
All I have is the videos.
that's all you got?
Are we at?
Well, I've got. You know what? I've got the.
Are
your drive?
Are we at an hour already?
Not yet. We're at about 50 minutes at this point.
Okay.
And if we go long tonight, so what?
So
Yeah, we
what
try
was
to
the
keep it to
problem
an
with
hour
standing
because
for an hour. I don't feel like I've been standing for an hour.
no.
Honestly.
Here, you guys should be. You stand for 3 hours doing a concert with a break in there.
Exactly. Holding a heavy ass
Yeah.
bass.
Yeah, it should be an hour and a half when you have this many people.
I got a keyboard.
More people, whoa. You got to extend it,
I can't.
Michael.
What?
More people, you need to extend it. Past an hour, you'd be at least an hour and 20 or 30.
You got to go share it.
See, that tastes so much better.
You got to send that to me.
Yeah.
You got to share. Shared. Go to.
Well,
share,
you're-
not
you're-
Share. No. Go back. Shared.
You'll be in it now.
Here, go for it.
Let's see.
A little bit of Laurel and Heidi going back here with two others today.
Shared.
Now here, I'll move over.
Okay. Now this is.
Yeah, you're in it.
Here, let me get you. Yeah, but if you move those,
That's
just put Michael more
It
in
doesn't
there.
have that stuff in there. You didn't accept it.
Yeah. Well.
How about that catch
My
me
real
outside?
phone. I did.
Yeah, you're
You
good.
want me
You're
to
good,
just do it?
dude.
I'm still hooked up to
Well,
your
it was
Bluetooth.
kind of.
Sure. Yeah. If you're
Yeah.
still on there, go ahead.
I should be still on there.
I didn't know if I knocked you off or not when I connected.
Y'all playing a game over there or what?
Trying to find a long, strange day to play for the cast here.
You did knock me off, but I can't.
What did I say? 14
shit.
14
Okay.
state parks in Alabama, northern Alabama.
Yeah, we're really going Laurel and Heidi.
Tell you what,
All
I
right.
took
I guess
off
you can
for
just
the
play
sole
one of the
purpose. One of my
videos.
trips,
All right, here.
go to Alabama with a couple fishing poles, tent. I bought all Walmart tent
Man, I'm all out of whack now.
air mattress and stuff I needed. So hadn't done it in 30 years. Camped out because since kids were little. So I had to get up to Alabama
Actually,
and
go
get
to
the first
Long
state
Strange
park,
Days YouTube.
and it's sold out because Alabama's playing there. playing right up the road. That's where they're from. Their museum is like, I went like 5 miles away from where they are.
Actually, it's
so
on
there was a big
YouTube.
concert going on. We're gonna get nothing.
Yeah.
So I went to the lodge. They said, "Yeah, we got a room for. We got one room left. $432
Yeah, that's the one.
left."
Oh my
I said, "I will see you later." So I had to
I'll
drive
sleep
like
in your
45
parking lot.
minutes.
In
Went
Long
into
Strange
the
Day,
first
Miles.
RV park or whatever RV park. You usually have that I could find. In about 20 minutes, found one on the left. Went down. I said, "Do you have any campsites?" "Yes, we have a few." It's
There
like
you go.
$45. I said, "Okay." It was still high, and so it's dark. So I had to put the. I made it one of those.
This was a
really
long
easy
time
ones.
ago. This is
It
back
was
when
pretty easy.
Rosalind, our
Take
friend
them in,
Rosalind, was
pull
still
it
in the
up,
band. She was
run the
playing
thing
second
through,
base.
I noticed that.
and
I
you're
noticed
good to
that
go.
you guys had two
You know?
bases.
So it worked. I did it fine.
Yeah, me and
Did it
Kevin
fine.
are actually talking
Did it
about
fine.
bringing the double bass back
And
on
then
that
I
song.
proceeded to put unfold that air
I put
mattress.
that right
You know
there
what
so they
that's
can
like.
see a little bit of the video.
About 30 pounds of nothing but rubber, you know, and you fold it out, and then I
Sherry,
had
we
an air
will see you next
air
week.
pump, electric air pump, filled it up, put almost the whole bottom
She
of
said
it,
she's never felt like
because it's a
ugly girl
3-person
guy night
smoker.
before.
And
We
I'm
don't
not a
know.
fan,
We don't know she's ugly.
but I didn't
We know she's not.
Okay then.
put the tent.
She's
in the
a cougar.
house to do the tent.
Oh yeah, she's cougar, dude.
She is.
Yeah.
But anyway, first 2 nights, camped out by myself. Woke up at daylight. The second
Very
night
for a
was
cougar.
well, there you go. I got up early in the morning on the
Sherry,
first night,
so you're
first
gonna
morning,
kick out of this.
and
When I
went,
was a teenager, well,
you know, traipsing like I do every time that I was out and look for fishing or whatever. And when I got back, it was so
she took me up there with them.
it changed so fast. But this is May. It's the first of May.
Wow, that's early for humidity.
Well, I know because that's what I thought. But
So I had
it's
to
been
chase
so
her
hot,
and
global
grab it.
warming and all that
And she
other
had to
stuff.
put the sunglasses and the
Wasn't
shirt
telling
and
me,
the
but,
shorts on it
uh,
and the shoes.
You know,
I lay there.
Awesome.
You had to go to bed
Now, just
when
I was
when it was starting to get dark. So if you stayed outside,
Just to
and
make
I had
it
a little
clear,
pass
my
to the
wife
lake and I was fishing.
will whore me out if there's money
Well,
involved.
whatever those
I
flying
just want to let the
motherfuckers
world know
are.
that.
And Sherry will hold us out at you.
Has one down, and I said, I looked down, and I got that off, and blood was running down my
Sherry,
neck.
come down and be our manager. I know
Big-
we'll catch you on the
And
recap.
unlike
Big
him, I
hornet?
will wear
I
meter
don't know, it
hose.
wasn't a hornet.
Tammy
He
Holcomb,
didn't-
thank you for
he
joining
was
us.
a
I see
sucker,
you over there.
I just don't know what it was.
Tammy who?
Tammy
But anyway, it
Holcomb.
swelled the
Holcomb.
fuck
I
out.
don't say her last name.
And
because
I
know
had to
her
buy
by that
some,
from
I
high
had to
school.
get some Neosporin
Oh, so that's her.
put on it. So not
maiden
people
name is
get
Holcomb.
infected.
Actually,
That was the last night
her
I
mom
stayed
and my
with
mom
fucking,
went to school together.
10.
That's how far back.
From then on, it was hotels. I would look on hotels.com and
East Point hate Georgia.
find the cheapest rate. The weekends, plus I took off on the 4th of July weekend, which was a mistake because I got.
oh yeah, you're going to get drilled no matter where you go.
But if you add Sunday to it, they actually take a little off. So I
Really?
did Friday, Saturday, Sunday at one spot. Sure.
Because I haven't played it so long, I've pretty much forgotten
A
it.
lot of it's gone.
But I've got it back now.
But
Got some good Hammond.
that's what I would do every
Throw that
day.
in
Well,
while you-
mostly there was
Biggest
times
problem
that I
I'm
stayed
having
at
is
the
with
place one time,
with the
2
Madonna
times,
song.
3 times.
Because
Depending
it's
on
not
what I had
that I
around me.
can't
It
play it.
was kind
it's
of planned, but it was
I'm
planned
trying-
day by
trying
day.
to play it and sing it at the same time as
Visiting
hard.
places I've never seen,
So
doing
I've
all
got to
this
get
stuff.
that down. But once I get
And,
that down, we'll be
it
set on.
was
Hey, this is mine.
a lot of fun.
Let me ask you something.
See, there's Rosalind.
You ever fish Alaska?
No. I'm going to. I fished Yellowstone and I will fish Alaska someday. But I'll take you with me.
I've been.
5 years. Oh.
Well, I'll go this coming summer.
Oh, are you?
No, if you want to go, I'll go.
Sorry, I stole it from you.
It's
right
okay.
now.
How much time do we
It's
need?
okay.
At least a week.
Like 7 days or 5 days?
7 days.
To whore us out.
So 1, 2,
Come
3,
on,
4.
Sherry.
I'd have to use 4.
You can get away with
For
5
reasons
days,
I
but
can't
you'll
tell
want
you, I'm worth a lot of
you'll
money.
want to go 7 because it's 2 days of travel.
We got a 5-piece band down here that needs your help, girl.
What are we, cutthroats?
Yes,
or,
we need
I
a
mean, what,
manager.
is stuff with swimming? Or, I mean, no, not
Somebody
the
to get
end,
us
what would it
gigs.
be? In the
Yeah,
river,
we actually
right?
make
salmon.
money at.
In the
As long
rivers,
as we can
right?
still have Wednesday nights off to do this.
Now, is that they're not spawning, are they?
And you're welcome here
At that
anytime
time?
Coming
to
up
do
to
that.
spawn in
Anytime
July.
You want to come in as a guest,
So you're just
you're welcome.
I appreciate that, sir.
You
my
will.
dad did it, and they would use treble hooks with a big.
Oh, Michigan
red whip that
crickets.
would make their own.
Crickets,
And
yeah.
throw it out there and go like this and catch it, and it
Yeah,
was. I don't like. I didn't.
That's jail.
But yeah, it is
still
now.
playing.
Back in the
It's
day,
still
it was.
Back in the day, what?
Because I had a lot of canned tuna. So
No, you just
drop that in.
you sit there and you know that they make it's you make
we play
yarn
out
flies, literally yarn flies, and you sit there and you
Okay.
cast.
we
You'll-
talk about fly fishing, or we talking about?
No, it's spinning
Well,
That's our
equipment,
outro song.
I
and
appreciate you
you'll
having
come
us.
out and
Or
you'll
we
cast,
got a little bit
and you'll
good
literally
at that,
cast
just to make
500
sure
times a day.
ready to-
But you,
I still appreciate you having me.
We appreciate
when you're in the
both of
river,
you.
now you'll do guided trips too.
Well, that's why they make different baits. Oh well, is that what you did every time? Was a guided tour?
I would do usually a guided in the morning,
what you're
and then
talking
in the river on our
Oh,
own
not every day.
every day.
That's a lot of
What do you
money.
think they're talking about?
Oh yeah, well,
You have a day of rest. You know, even Jesus took a day of rest. I
no.
mean, God.
The day of rest, you go
This could be
you go
about anything.
go out in the ocean and halibut fish.
Hell, halibut. Well, you know, just for the halibut, I'm going to let you slide on that.
Let's tune in.
Are we queuing up for
No, we're just fucking with y'all.
Is this already over?
No.
We are actually at the hour, but we aren't really held to that hour either at the same time. So
Well, let's see
It's
who
up to you guys.
how many
Well,
drop off.
see,
Well,
he
how
got
many people are watching?
he got me on a hot spot. He started talking about fishing in rivers, and I'm like,
We're going to go
wondering
this
what
summer.
they were
What,
talking
you
about.
talking about? June, July? What
July.
We were
Going
at the
July.
point in your conversation where it could have been anything.
right.
oh, all right.
Oh yeah, I
It
left
didn't
the door.
necessarily have to
I
be
left
about
the door
fishing.
wide
That's
open
kind of
for all
what it's
kinds
sounding
of
like,
things.
actually.
What did you say?
What?
I didn't hear it. You said something about
Say
me
what?
and you looking on the
I
phone
don't
or
know.
something like that.
Oh boy.
We're just cutting up over here doing all the hard you
You
can.
see, you won't repeat it. He's like, Biden.
Stand up
You
comedy.
can't. You
That's
don't
all.
know the
He
words.
doesn't know.
You don't know the words.
You gotta watch when you get two musicians in the room. We get a little weird.
Who are you calling weird?
It's a compliment coming from me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
That's
Scott's gonna end up being family too. You just don't realize it yet.
you will.
Okay.
What? You
These work great.
He listens like a musician, even though he doesn't play anything.
Okay.
He can hear every little detail. I'm gonna have him help me remix some stuff that a band did
Okay.
like 30 years ago, the posthumous thing for them.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Cool.
I've already helped him remix.
Yeah.
So I had a friend back in the day.
And that's one of the things I've said. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I have a horrible habit that my wife reminds me of all the time.
Okay.
We all
Of cutting people off. I said on,
Bye, Sherry.
I think it was our last live stream or the live stream prior, in listening to one of your live pieces that Michael played. I'm like, oh, whoever's working the board, man, get a new board guy.
one of the
It was
kids
if
in
it
the
was if it was the one that you if it was the Zeppelin song, we didn't have a board guy. We basically said it and went.
it was one of the unsanctioned ones off of YouTube.
Oh, so those
That's
are
how
all
I can
boo,
find
those
it
are all
first.
Boo Fest, and you never know. Only the last couple of years did we have a real sound man. Before that, I don't know if you know Eddie Clark from Eddie C's
Oh,
back
sure.
in the day. Okay, he used to come in and do sound sometimes, and I don't know how much you know about Eddie, but back in the day when
I
we
know
used to play
I know
it,
who he is, but
Okay.
other than that,
So
Yeah,
back in
that's
the
it.
day
I
when
knew
we
who he
Yeah.
was, but I didn't know
All right.
other than that.
back in the day when we used to play at Eddie C's years ago,
yeah.
I miss that.
Eddie used to come
Tammy
in.
McDonald is out there watching. I'm sorry to interrupt y'all.
No,
I'm just
it's all
trying to
good.
say hey.
Well,
to everybody.
we're talking about
I
some
know the high
real
school
Gainesville
friend.
shit right
Right.
now.
Yeah,
This is real
this is all
Gainesville.
Gainesville, Florida related
So-
stuff. Even though none of us are,
And none of these places
originally
exist
from here.
anymore.
Right.
But anyway,
You
so
gotta help me with that.
Eddie used to always make a
Oh,
point
here before
every
we could
time somebody would play, unless it was like a real popular band, but if it was like one of the locals like us, he would make a point to come in and usurp the soundboard from the sound guy and do sound himself.
Because it was his place,
Because it was his place and he could.
and he
Okay?
could,
Right.
and he could.
But here was the problem with Eddie, especially with my band. He said, and I quote, "Bill, you got such a big booming voice, I have to put it on there."
Well, that's-
He would put so much reverb on us that it would be like,
That
it
ain't
was
good.
bad.
That ain't good.
And then
It's
sometimes
like rolling your window down when it goes. When you roll the wrong window down, it goes.
yeah.
I got you. I got you.
So Eddie, I hope he's safe. I don't know if they ever got a hold of him. He's up in Carolina. So.
Oh, really?
Anyway,
How long? How long ago was Eddie C?
Oh God.
I miss that place.
What?
He sold that to
No, heavy 90s.
in the 90s. Actually, no, the 2000s, because I moved back
But
to
where
Gainesville.
was Eddie C's at?
Well, which one? The original one was where the Domino's Pizza is on South 13th, just south of the burger place, Steak and Shake.
Oh,
Okay.
that was the
haunted
original?
steak
That was the original.
I couldn't remember. Down on the left, right behind, there was something, it was taco place or something like that.
Okay, and then the second one was in the ABC across from the Winn-Dixie on South Main.
At 16th and Main.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where the Tom Petty mural is.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the main one was the other one, though, right?
The original one was the other one. The second one was bigger because it was an ABC.
Did they do bands
so
in
it
every
was
one
like-
of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them.
Or both of them?
Pardon the tangent. Speaking of that Tom Petty mural and the one on the graffiti
Okay, gee,
wall,
I've
did
seen
you
this
guys
guy.
hear
I had
that
to-
the artist
That's
Blake
back when I was
Harrison
running
passed
wild.
away recently?
No.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We have a local graffiti
You know me.
artist, and actually he was much
Yeah, I do.
more than a graffiti artist.
I'm calm down, damn
He
it.
was a very good
Oh, my
artist.
Lord.
That's one of the things that scares
And
me
he
about
is,
going fishing with you.
yeah.
We'll be lit.
To Tom Petty, is that right?
Something
The
like that.
16th and
Here's the
Main,
thing that'll
graffiti
freak you out,
wall,
though,
and I
when
think
we're-
there's another one somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think
You-
the graffiti wall's there.
The last time that I
Yes.
went,
Is it? They
Yeah, it's
still got it?
protected.
Oh, is it protected?
Yeah, it's
the guy that I
right
went
next to
with,
the,
neither
the
one of
Gainesville
us was
Ripper,
paying much attention. It's
and
like,
it's
what
protected
time is
right
it?
there with that.
All right, well, dinner cuts off at 9, but 9 o'clock.
So
it
for those
is.
of you
The
who don't
fucking
know,
sun's
we had a
still high
serial
in the
killer in
sky.
this area before I ever moved here back in the
So-
1990.
It was 1990.
Yeah, actually.
It was right after I moved here. I got here in
Yeah, it had to be the
89,
90s.
and it happened in
But, yeah.
1990.
I want to do that.
So
My old man
there's a
used to tell me
tribute to them on our
stories.
graffiti.
that
There's
they
an
would
actual
snap-
sanctioned graffiti
they would
wall
take-
in Gainesville.
Nobody's allowed to
Actually,
paint
they're
on
pretty
it.
damn cool.
Apparently,
But two
like
sections
everybody had
of it
4 or 5
are
poles, and they were the
protected, and that
big,
is the section of the serial
big
murders
steelhead
and
rods.
the big rods. He said
Right.
it would snap them off. He'd get a hold of one and snap his ass off. And that was throwing the triple hook out there and doing this and getting it, and you side
Deborah
hook it.
Adams is watching.
Oh,
she
you're
was my
snapping
branch
off.
manager when I
That-
started.
Oh,
he
yeah,
said that
no,
pole
here.
just snapped.
Deborah Adams, she was my branch
But
manager.
they
when I
caught so
started.
many that they would
Oh,
When they
would-
come
they would
in,
fillet 'em.
because they come in schools, so they're so thick.
Well, they were on a river. So they
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
running.
They're back
They
on
were
the
running.
fishing.
Yeah, yeah. They still come in schools.
But
They
you
were
gotta-
under whatever else over here,
You said
right?
you got your timing. You got to know where they're at.
A little
where
bit
they're
of frenetic
Yes,
cast
with
for you
that.
guys.
Absolutely.
tonight, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed
but
it.
it's like you say, what they did was way illegal today.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
used to remember.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to remember sitting down there making those things, getting lead from batteries,
Oh, wait, and pouring them into a,
and melting it, and,
and then
dipping
pour it
and
into a-
making a mold.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew we were
Big
close.
ass
Yeah,
triple.
we're getting there. We're right at 9:35 right now. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping right quick.
Please
Be
do.
sure to go to our YouTube, please, and subscribe, like, share everything over there. We just need you to do everything for us. That is youtube.com/@Loquacious Libations. We also have our branded Facebook page at Facebook @Loquacious Libations. And of course, we broadcast right now from our music page, my music page, All Mad Music, on Facebook.
And if you want to find out more about the band that he's in right now,
It's
Go to
Facebook.
Facebook/Long Strange Day.
That's where I was.
And
headed
if you
with
want to
that.
see more of Buck, go ahead and say that too. That way
Gatorland
I know what I
Toyota,
can
go
buy.
buy a car
No,
from
no,
this
no,
man right
no.
here.
I don't even. No. I mean, some guy said that. I don't know what you're
I don't
talking
know
about.
who am I?
Anyway, I'm Buck. So yeah,
Like,
if
you
you want
know,
to see more,
the co-host of it. Brother, it was great having you in here with us tonight.
all right,
Bill,
all of you.
thank you.
Oh, this is my favorite song.
Yeah, well,
Who is it? You?
No.
No,
Rush.
this is the real thing, man. This
No,
is
wait a
Rush.
second. If
Yeah,
this
this
is
is a different.
this is Oktoberfest,
This is live.
if you don't do that Oktoberfest, something's wrong with you.
There's something wrong with you, all
Hey,
right.
I've lost 15 pounds since March,
not
so
gonna
what the
happen.
hell?
So what happened? I mean, there'd be people
ahead, Buck.
jumping. There'd be people jumping through there to get to me, and I just can't. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh,
Well, we wouldn't want you to show us
I've
up.
tore down
so-
buildings. I could, it's terrible.
Well,
So-
we hope you have all
It's all you
enjoyed this
get.
crazy as hell broadcast tonight.
This was a
Hopefully
fun
you
one.
made- Yeah, it was.
This was a
when I
super
said
fun one.
Yeah,
this
as
is
always.
Farewell to King or Rush, but it's not the version that I hear all the time.
Now, this is
live
the
version.
exit
This
stage
is the
left
bird
version.
song.
Well, there's several live versions. I love the bird song.
That's why I designated exit stage left, brother.
You see, I do remember the story
Yeah,
you
but I
you told me
understand.
about your daughter.
But
Play
you
the
can
bird
hear
song,
more.
play the boat song. Yeah, no, this is a live
Stage left.
version.
That way or that way?
Which is still cool.
Oh,
Chug.
If you're facing
Chug.
stage, that's left.
Hold on.
How'd you remember that?
I usually have tape on my hands.
it's like a vault.
That's my
Okay,
favorite.
we've gone full crazy over here again. Please join us next week. Wait,
What are we doing next week?
Irish.
Well,
Irish with Bill?
We can do Irish with Bill. That's
Irish
fine.
with Bill. Buck, you want to join us
Is
again?
wild turkey Irish beer?
I just bought the wild turkey.
Put
That's
this
my
beer out and
favorite.
we'll put it up somewhere.
If they
You
have me
guys
back,
a great week.
he'll let me know.
We will see you next time
Here you go.
on Loquacious
You
Libations.
gotta hear it. You gotta hear
Have a
it.
great evening.
Now you turn it up. Yeah, it's too loud.